Yo, what's episode number 103? We're back in the building for another episode of the D-Friend Daily Podcast. We have a lot of things to get into. A lot of things to talk about. We got Joe Budden, Joel Ortiz. We got the game, Delusions with Emine. We're going to talk about that. We're going to get into that. We're talking about Brittany Griner, Putin, Russia. But the first thing that I want to get into, literally, just happened today. And it was DaBaby versus Mimo 600. Now, I know a lot of y'all probably don't know who the fuck Mimo 600 is, but he is loosely affiliated with King Von, Lil Durk, and that camp, right? And you know that I have spoken about DaBaby doing the mixtape with Emine Younboy, and I was questioning and wondering what the repercussions of that would be, you know, moving forward. Because obviously, he is, Youngboy is tied to Quando Rondo. Quando Rondo's tied to Lil Tim. Lil Tim killed King Von, right? So we all know the story. We all know the backstory. So I was wondering what doing music with Youngboy would do for DaBaby. So we'll get into that as well. So before we get anything, make sure you subscribe to me if you're not subscribed already. Make sure I post notifications so you know every single time that I post. Salute to Trail, the motherfucking photographer in the building. So let me turn my mic down real quick. It's a little loud. But anyways, that's gonna be the first thing I get into. So I went back and listened to Youngboy and DaBaby's album again, and I can't say that it was a lot more enjoyable the second, third, fourth time than it was the first time. And I really do think that it was a really pretty well put together album, right? So I want to say that first before I get into the bullshit. Trail the photographer says, I don't wish death or harm on anyone, but the way DaBaby moving, someone going to eventually pop him one day. But my thing is, and I'm going to get to the story, but like, when you think about DaBaby, what is he doing in certain, like the brother and Danny Lay, right? There was this domestic squabble. Him and Danny Lay, they got a domestic squabble going on. That shit happens with everybody, famous or not. Domestic shit happens with everybody, right? Then he see the brother bowling out. The brother doing a lot of on the internet. He popped on it. Now, was it the smart thing to do? I don't think so. Your brand is too big. You're already getting out of cancellation, so any more trouble really doesn't, you know, lend you the best press, right? So I think that was smart. The guy at Walmart obviously has self-defense. The other guy that was in the Gucci store, that's self-defense. Most times DaBaby gets in these scuffles, a lot of times they provoking him, and he's reacting to them provoking them. Now we're building up to what Trail the photographer said about how DaBaby is moving, so I'm really giving a timeline of everything that he's done has been put out in the media, and it kind of relates to just him essentially defending himself. But anyways, and then puts on anyone, jump everyone, eventually someone going to pull the strap. We'll get in there. We'll get into it. Let's get into it. So anyways, like I said, the title of the video, DaBaby gets into it with Lil Durk's affiliate. I don't know who the fuck Mimo 600 is. Maybe you guys loosely know who he is. By the Spotify numbers that I'm going to show you guys, I don't really know if you guys know who he is. But anyways, DaBaby was on the Breakfast Club this morning, right? I watched the full 50-minute interview. Good interview. I feel like a lot more artists should do interviews. I feel like it's good for your brand, especially when you do a good interview. So this is about the time when people see your name in the headlines. This is their time to react because, in my opinion, Mimo 600 did this and said this because he knew that it would insert his name in a conversation. Because, let's be honest, we've been knew that a tape was coming out between DaBaby and Youngboy for about a week and a half now. They released a record together last week. The album came out on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but he didn't speak on it till early morning Monday. Whenever he just come off the heels of doing a Breakfast Club interview, which is the biggest interview platform essentially in hip hop. So you know, hey, I'm gonna say something now. I'm affiliated with OTF. That's gonna get a pop. Blogs are gonna pick it up. People will talk about it. That's what I think, right? So anyways, this is what he said. He said, can't blame DaBaby. He thought that man was gonna save his career. Now, when I talked about the album, I said that as a business move, it's a good move to link up with Youngboy because Youngboy has that solidified fan base. And we all know with DaBaby's cancellation and the LGBT that it might have been a little bit rocky for him at the time, right? So getting tied to someone like Youngboy could essentially help your career. But the thing about it is, when we actually take a step back, his career wasn't really, besides losing out on money, as far as people listening to his records, as far as people playing his records, he didn't really fall off. Like, this is months after the the Rolling Loud shit, right? This is Spotify stats, right? 36 million monthly listeners is not something that's like a nigga who's like career's on the brink of extinction. Because I looked at everybody's numbers that's involved with this shit. I looked at DaBaby's numbers. Obviously, I got them right here, 36 million a month. I looked at NBA Youngboy's numbers, 16 million a month. Right? He has 20 million more listeners a month on Spotify alone than NBA Youngboy. Now, granted, NBA Youngboy, king of YouTube, whatever you want to take that, that's cool. And then I looked at other people that are tied to it. Lil Durk has 21. Lil Baby's not even really tied to it, but he's a collaborative with Durk. With Durk, yeah, so he has 29 million. So DaBaby is essentially bigger on these streaming platforms than three of the people that we assume of the new generation are the biggest artists in that generation. So I just want to throw that out there. And a guy like Mimo 600, he could really benefit from this. He is 120,000 monthly listeners. So DaBaby did respond to Mimo 600. This is what he had to say. He said, y'all towel boy ass, dudes funny as hell. Y'all on the internet trying to run your stripes up while y'all big dog in my DM waving the white flag. So when I read that part, I said, big dog in the thing running, waving the white flag, because the only thing I think about his big dog would be Lil Durk. So I'm like, why would Lil Durk be waving a white flag to DaBaby? Now, I don't know if DaBaby said that for shock value, because if that's not real, I could see, in a couple of minutes, hours, days, that Lil Durk will probably say something about that. Which now, if that's not true, you kind of got Durk looking crazy. We know how these street guys are. They don't want to look crazy on the internet. We don't want the narrative to be running that Lil Durk is behind the scene, copping pleas with DaBaby, maybe to Youngboy and this and that. While his music tells a different story, we slide and we doing all that. You're gonna look crazy. So I'm highly, in my mind, I'm thinking that he will respond to that in some way, shape, or form. But anyways, y'all niggas must be on the same page over there at OTF, but check this out. It ain't a gang, city, dude, or neighborhood in the world scary enough to make Baby pick and choose who to get money with. I ain't one of them. So you dudes don't like it, do something. Play it cool because y'all dudes want to make it about y'all. Y'all partner and I want to speak on the dead because I'm not on that for real. Every day I wake up ready to teach me a dude like you. Go long, live them. King Von got my respect. He stood on business, no excuses. It was just another dude there ready to stand on business too. That's how we live, and that's what gangster is, ain't it? But the rest of you hoe-ass internet dudes trying to be cool off another dude name is some hoes. We are not the same, boy. Ask your big dog. So I'm assuming the big dog is Lil Durk. Now go call some real gangsters to step for you. I'm going to be right here waiting to rock out. So I say, I know I get here and say this all the time. And I get it. These guys are from the street. Maybe it's ingrained in their soul. It's running through their veins. But at what point do you just be like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care to respond. I don't care to have the persona of a street guy while I'm literally like DaBaby. I don't know if this is true or not. You can confirm, can't confirm. We really can't even confirm it. Said that with the whole LGBTQ thing, he lost out on $20 to $30 million in shows. Like, look at the type of money you guys are making. Look at the type of money Durk's making, Youngboy's making, and I get it. King Von's dead. He's dead. I say all the time, rest in peace to him. Prayers to his family. Prayers to his kids. But it's like, dog, he attacked Quando Rondo. Unprovoked. It wasn't like they was beefing. Quando Rondo was sitting there. I don't know if he was asleep on the car. I don't know what he was doing. He was asleep. King Von attacked. Lil Tim reacted. The same way I would assume if I saw Lil Durk in public and Lil Durk didn't see me and I ran down Lil Durk and started swinging up on Lil Durk and it looked like I was getting the better of Lil Durk, I would assume that one of them Chicago dudes in that car, or maybe security, will get out and shoot me. Shit, maybe even India. We know India ready to ride too. They'll come out and shoot me. So it's just, why dive into them? Why, because in my opinion, I get how the perception of the internet could be like, DaBaby doing music with Youngboy is picking a side because hey, you're either over here with Lil Durk and them or you rocking with Youngboy, right? We've seen DaBaby. He moved like a chameleon, right? He did the shit with Meg Thee Stallion, then he dropped the shit with Tory Lanez, right? He did that. Now, I haven't seen him do like too much music with Durk. I could be wrong. I have seen him do music with Lil Baby, but maybe they've all met up and collaborated and talked in the studio, yada yada yada. But I've seen him do music. I've actually seen DaBaby do music with Youngboy. If you see him chronologicalize, whatever the fuck the word is, his relationship with Youngboy, you can see why he would do a tape and why they already started tape back in like 2020, 2021, right? So then, let me read what y'all saying. Why be blackballed on streaming services? I thought Durk said he wasn't coming in between the beef. Record label probably taking most of that money. I mean, we don't know that. I mean, like, we can say that. Yeah, like if I get $30 million for shows, and the label even if the label takes 70% of that, if they take 70%, I'm still making $9 million. Like, I mean, it's still millions and millions of dollars that's being made off these festivals, right? So this is shit I don't like, because this is the shit right here that gets people to put their chest out. This shit right here that gets people, to feel like their ego has to be driven. So the way that academics post this is the reason why I feel like some people say they don't like the way that he posts certain things in hip hop, right? So he says, pray for Mimo 600. He learned the same lesson many learned before. DaBaby don't give a fuck about nothing. He ain't about to pick no sides, and he ain't going to be pressed or forced. Record of DaBaby when he runs into people that have previously spoken ill of him, correct? It's the same thing I said about King Von. Now, I don't know if Lil Tim saw King Von. I don't know if Lil Tim saw that was actually King Von, or he just, saw just a guy attacking his guy and he's like, fuck it, I'm going to shoot. We don't really know that. We can't really tell. But I said that the allure of these Chicago guys sometimes can end up being their detriment. If you encounter a guy who you've heard a million things about, he's a shooter, he's killed 8 people, he got documentaries on YouTube about the people that he's killed. When you interact with that guy in any physical, violent way, the only way you can approach that man, and you probably should approach anybody like this, just assume that the worst outcome should be the worst outcome. But definitely when you encounter that guy, I would assume that he's probably going to kill him if he gets into a physical, violent altercation. If I pull up on Sway Lee, I probably won't think that Sway Lee is going to kill me, right? So I probably won't respond in a certain way. But if you go with a guy like King Von, and he's killer, you might want to be on your killer too, because you rather kill than be killed. That's how I see it. So the same way that Ak is positioning it, pray for Mimo 600, he's positioning in a way that, okay, when you guys maybe possibly potentially run into DaBaby, everybody should be on violent high alert, and that's when we have TMZ articles pop up, XYZ dead at 25 gun. That's when shit like that happens. And I always hope that shit like that doesn't happen, right? Because, like I said, these all young black men providing for their family, making millions of dollars, doing shit they love. They're not doing nothing illegal. They ain't selling dope. They ain't, running prostitution rings, and they making music. You're in the music industry. You're rapping. You're doing dances. You're doing jingles. You're making music. And I get that something real happened outside of music with King Von. I get that. I mean, that. But I just don't think it's in their best interest to continue to play into it when they know that they're not really going to do anything. Like when you see Durk post a post the other day, we was playing basketball and King Von is in the background, and he said there's no date on Get Back. All that mafioso shit, bro, just rap. That's it. Don't let the internet, now he might not ever do nothing. I'm not saying he's going to physically kill somebody himself. But don't allow this shit, the internet shit, to trick you out of a lifelong potential generational wealth building career because of something that was unfortunate and tragic that did happen. Hold on, let me check my shit real quick because that shit gotta sound like some shit. Hold on. Let me take a brief intermission. No, that's not good. It's good. All right. So, anyways, that's that. Hopefully, everything I feel like it was like a clout thing. Like I said in the beginning, Mimo 600 seen that DaBaby's name is trending. This is a potential time for you to hop into it because you are loosely tied. Not even loosely. You're tied to this entire situation, and it'll be some type of publicity for you, and hopefully, potentially, help out your music career. But also, we think about a guy like Mimo 600. Wasn't he the same guy who signed to Wack 100, who also manages 6ix9ine, who that work? Like, I get it. Like, King Quando Rondo is tied to Youngboy. Like, that's his homie. They rap about it. They laugh at you guys. Like, the shit that 6ix9ine was saying about King Von, he has nothing to do with that. It's way worse. But you still signed to Wack 100, who is tied to King Von. Now, maybe not be signed to him no more, but at the time, you still did sign up and sign with him. So, I don't know. It's just crazy. It's just wild. Hopefully, these guys, don't do nothing stupid. Especially when it's like I said, DaBaby don't got shit to do with that. He's making music. He's doing money. That's why I like DaBaby, because DaBaby's one of the guys in this new generation who just dropping music, hustling, shows, videos. He's racking it up. He's doing what he got to do. All these other guys, they want to drop something, they get a hit, they chill for 6 years, and they think they're going to come back. No. Go, drop, get the music out, do what you got to do, get the fan base, get the audience. That's what you got to do. And that's what he's doing, right? So, let's talk about Joe Budden. So Joe Budden, obviously, podcast extraordinaire. He's on the list of inspiration right there. So this is really nothing ill towards him. He is upset with Slaughterhouse members Joell Ortiz and King Crook, right? Because they made an album called The Downfall of Slaughterhouse. I've only heard one record from it, which is kind of like a bunch of subs or just talking about life on tour with Joe Budden and Royce, which a guy like Joe Budden, when he hears his name mentioned, he doesn't want to mince words. He thought Drake was dissing him on Shopping Spree because he said, pump it up. So when you hear guys actually directly talking about you, you know he's going to feel a certain type of way about it. So the first time I heard about this was when Royce 59, who's also in Slaughterhouse, posted this on Instagram. He said, you have 25% ownership equity in a building. Let's say an apartment building. You built this building with your 3 partners, brick by brick. It's worth millions. I mean, y'all think Slaughterhouse is worth millions of dollars? Like, this is my one thing I thought about this when I saw this story really blowing up. Do people really give a fuck about Slaughterhouse that much? Maybe I'm not into that type of music. If I was to rank these guys or who I like the most, I would say Royce, then Joe Budden, and then I don't even know shit from Joell Ortiz or King Crook. I mean, that's just me. Like, worth millions of dollars. This thing is worth millions of dollars. Maybe they have a hardcore fan base like underground, like Tech Nine. So I don't want to dispel that maybe they're not worth millions, but regardless. Suddenly the value drops because it needs renovations. You and your partners have been talking about when and how this works. This work is going to get done. Y'all just need to agree on plan of attack. Meanwhile, you and just one of the other partners receive an offer to build another building together, but with just the 2 of you, minus your other 2 partners. Yes, there's a check involved, but just one catch. You have to burn down the building you already have without informing your other 2 partners in order to do so. What would you do? Didn't think so. Me either. So in that instance, I understand like how you could feel that way. Right? You think like, man, y'all gonna because essentially from that post and them talking, they feel like these guys are using the breakup of Slaughterhouse to shit on them, to shit on Royce and Joe, to elevate their name, elevate their new collaborative project that they got out together. Right? It's a publicity thing. Because let's be honest, If that shit wasn't named the downfall, the up and fall, the north south of Slaughterhouse, nobody would give a fuck about Joel and King Crook dropping the record. Let's be honest. And when I say nobody, I mean like on a large scale. I'm not saying they won't get like maybe 10,000, 20,000 people that listen. I'm talking on a large scale. It's not going to trend. Nobody's going to give a fuck. They're just not. But if we do Downfall Slaughterhouse, we know Joe Budden has a podcast, millions of people. He's probably going to talk about it. Royce 5'9" is going to get on his Instagram. He's going to talk about it. The two known guys that are really way more known, they're not participating. But the guys who aren't really known, they're participating. There's no disrespect. It's just look at the landscape. Royce, solid solo career. Solid. He dropped that one. Was that 1 year when I was really fucking when we dropped that Book of Ryan shit? That was like one of the albums of the year. And obviously Joe Budden, I'm not gonna say musically. Oh my god, musically, I love him. I like Pump It Up. I listened to some of his things when he said he was better rapper than Eminem. Just confirm or deny. It was good shit. But obviously his podcast started. But still, he's a star now, right? So like I said, the two guys who's like would bring notoriety to the building are not in the building no more. They're gone. So they ended up going on IG Live together, and this is what culminated. This is the big, the big viral moment. This is the moment that everybody wants to see. Let's take a look.
What happened? What did I miss? What was the big fuck up? I want to know how this got twisted up.
Well, I love you, and I want nothing but the best for you.
So then, nigga, listen to the album, man. That's it. Fuck with the album, bro. Fuck with the album, bro. Fuck with the album. If you want nothing but fuck with the album, man. Tell people to listen to the album, son.
Joel, that album could suck my dick. Are you kidding me?
Nigga, suck my dick. Don't go there. Don't do that.
You want me to put people to this clown show?
All right, I'm out, man. All right, one.
The fuck out of here with that shit, man. So,
yo, Joe, that little comment right there, you're going to wish you retracted that one. I'm out. One.
Goodbye. I can't want the best for him. If I want the best for him, I have to.
All right, so I don't know I don't know like the relationship between Joe Budden and Joel Ortiz. I know obviously they was in Slaughterhouse together. Obviously they, they've done records together. They tied together through the Slaughterhouse. Joe Budden says, your project can suck my dick. Maybe Joel thought he was saying you could suck my dick. And Joel sounded like I'm not big on these. I don't know. He sounded like he's from New York. I know in New York, when you tell somebody to suck your dick, they take it highly, disrespectful. It's like they said, fuck your mom or something like that, right? So Joe knows when he says this, it's either going to be static or not. Because he knows on the road, maybe Joel Ortiz had him by the ear, dragging him around. I don't know what they do. I don't know what they got going on in Slaughterhouse. But this did just make me go and dive into all the other things that they spoke about. And this is what they said. So he already said that, like Joel already had said that he had a moment in time where he was allowing Joe to say some shit and get away with it, right? So this is what he said. I think this was a Clubhouse room. This is the thing. This is crazy. It's great marketing by them. Trail Photographer said, why are we even talking about Slaughterhouse? They haven't been relevant in over 12 years. They're relevant because their podcast former rap friend spoke about it. Royce 5'9", bigger solo star than all of them, spoke about it. It's promotion. That's the only reason we're talking about it. But this is what Joel Ortiz had to say on Clubhouse.
So I don't watch your show, but somebody sent me a clip saying where Joe said some people got to do things for bags. And that's why he supports whole culture. To hold on to that for a second. For bags, yeah, anybody that knows Joel Ortiz pre-Slaughterhouse and post-Slaughterhouse knows I've never, ever done anything for a bag. I've never compromised my music or my message. I'm not out here rapping on no trap shit or being somebody I'm not. I always decline those reality television phone calls to jump on Love and Hip Hops and all this shit. It's not me. I never do anything that's not me. A bag could never get me outside. I'm a family man. I mind my business. I keep it 1,000. So, Joe, that whole culture comment, I'll let you have that one. You can have that one, just that one. But don't call me out my name again.
So as you can see, he's mad because Joe was pretty much like, I get it. Y'all got to chase a bag. You got to do what y'all got to do. And I think I hate too. I think this is like something that I don't know if it's ingrained in like hip hop culture. Like it's like, oh, get a bag, do this, do that. But it's also like looked at negatively when you do something for a bag. Like it's looked at like you're a sellout because you trying to get a bag. Motherfucker, go get a bag. If you see a way to get some money to provide and feed your family, go get that bag. Don't let that be a negative connotation in your head because you want to go and get some money for you and your family. If you feel like you down low, because like I said, I don't know how, like, if y'all tell me that rappers who are super relevant are broke, and I'm not, in no way am I trying to disparage Joel Ortiz or Crook, because they might have other businesses outside of music, right? They might do other things outside of music, real estate that I don't know about. But musically, how much money do you think they're actually bringing in? So if you see an opportunity, if a label offers you 100, 200, 300,000, hey, I want y'all to do a Downfall Slaughterhouse, I want y'all to do a collab, you and Crook, we'll give you this much money. Go get your money, brother. Don't let nobody disparage you from getting your money. And if you got to use the Downfall of Slaughterhouse as a marketing ploy to get that money, then I mean, by God, that's what you got to do. Because like I said earlier, if this shit was just called, because I think Crook and Joel Ortiz did a collab album together before. You know, we talked about it. So if this is the way you got to get it, and you're still, and I'm not even saying like anything y'all rapping about, anything y'all talking about, anything y'all doing is like not valid. Y'all's feelings ain't valid. The experiences that they talking about on tour with Joe or whatever aren't valid. They could be all real things that they rapping about. But let's not be naive to what the marketing ploy is. Like, bro, people are posting these things on YouTube and getting 200, 300, 400,000 views off y'all's conversation. Because now it's relevant. Now, hopefully, it's translating from YouTube drama, talk about shit, to record plays. I don't know if it is. But hey, in today's culture, attention is the currency. And you guys are getting the attention that you want. Because if you didn't have that, they wouldn't be talking about it. That's just my thing, right? I know when it comes to shit like this, everybody shits on Joe. I know it's Rory and Maul. I had my time to shit on him when I was doing my back and forth. Like, they released a video, he released a video. That looks shady, this looks shifty. But with this Slaughterhouse shit, to me, it just looks like, obviously, Joe's retired. He's not fucking with him no more. Roy's saying, hey, the business ain't put together. Joe's saying the business ain't good. Just go do y'all's own thing. Don't take what we did, shit on it to come up. That's it. To me, that's simple. If I start something with somebody, even though I don't want to do it no more, don't use that thing to shit on me to come up. That's it. That's how I would look at it if I was either Joe or Royce. Or not even tell me that y'all are doing it, right? Until after I got to hear the shit. Because, like I said, they knew when they did that. Like, they knew when they did that shit that Joe's going to get on that podcast and talk about that shit to his thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe potentially millions, whoever listens on audio, fan base, they knew that. Like, stop it. So, anyways, let's get to more like delusional shit, right? Now, I want to preface this with, I enjoy the game better than Eminem, right? I enjoy Game as far as the way and the sound and the way that he raps more than Eminem. But I am not a delusional, unbiased person here. So Game had this to say on Drink Champs about him and Eminem. Just take a listen.
Eminem is Eminem, and I like Eminem. He's one of the fucking good MCs, great MCs. He raps fella, you know what I'm saying? Ficky. He do all that shit, Eminem. And I used to think Eminem was better than me.
So what you saying right now?
He's not. Challenge it.
Game, you don't want to go versus against
Yes,
Eminem.
I do. What do you mean? Yeah, I do. The fuck you mean? So what you trying to say? Hey, let's just say what you're trying to say. You trying to say that I don't want to have a fade with the white man?
No, I just want to stay on some drama. That's all.
Hey, it's not drama. Hey, you know what this is?
Not drama.
Can I tell you what?
All right, so when I saw that, I was like, "This is like, bro." Rappers use the most crazy tactics to like get attention. They just they go on interviews, they say whatever the fuck, they do whatever the fuck because they just know clip is great. Marketing in today's society is social media virality. That's all it is. Doesn't matter if it's real, not real, obnoxiously crazy or whatever. They just do it, say it to get the clicks, get the views. So as far as just him and Eminem rapping, like if we just gonna get on a song together and rap, see who do the best, I'm not counting the game out as far as that goes. I'm not. I know the game can rap really, 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 really good. I'm not counting them out of that. But if we're talking about a versus battle, because versus ain't, hey, who can rap the best on stage? Versus, and you know we do them here all the time. Versus is who got the hits. That's what versus is. His discography is definitely versus worthy, though. I mean, I was looking at it. We talk like let's be honest. We talking about 20 records. 20 records that's gonna hit. He's not gonna beat Eminem. Eminem's got too many records. Even if you don't like Eminem, you're gonna know them records. But let's say the game. I'm gonna just go to like because Spotify has your. This is somebody. This is the game. This is Drake. This is Kendrick Lamar. Like this is their biggest records that they put into a playlist, right? All right, I think I'm back. I think I'm resumed. I think I'm still here. All right, we feeling lovely, feeling great. But anyways, like I was saying before, I was rudely cut off by this goddamn laptop that's trying to, run game on me or whatever. I was saying that when we talking about verses, we talking about hit records. And I see my boy Walter say, it depends on, the place that you at. It depends on the crowd. It depends on this. It depends on that. But it's like there's only going to be so many game records that the average Versus fan is going to know. Let's keep it a buck. You might not even like Eminem, but you hear certain records, you're going to know what that record is. If you hear Hate It or Love It, you got it. We all love Hate It or Love It. If you play How We Do, you got it. We love it. If you play, I'm talking about hit records, not the shit that game fans like. I'm talking about hit records that people gonna know. You play One Blood, they love it. What's the other song? Couldn't Get Far, love it. But Game don't got 20 records that are gonna be able to compete with Eminem in a versus battle. But like I said, I think people just get on these damn things. They just say shit just to say shit because they know it's gonna go viral. It's gonna create conversation, it's gonna create a stir. But when we peel back all the dramatics of it, do you realistically believe that the Game will beat Eminem in a versus battle? Not who can rap better, but in a, hey, here's the hit records, y'all listen to them, y'all enjoy. There's no way. That's why we don't even mention the Game's name when it comes to people like an Eminem. Because we know that he's not going to fare well against somebody like that. Honestly, I don't know who he would go against in a versus battle, to be honest with you. Like I said, I like the Game, but when I talk about versus, I'm talking about hit records. It wasn't even the internet bill. It was the damn laptop just randomly restarted on me. I don't know what the hell going on. But anyways, like I was saying, he's not gonna fare well. It's not gonna go good. It's not gonna go the way he thinks it's gonna go. But I think he's just throwing it out there, throwing shit at the wall because this is gonna be talked about. People are gonna get into it and discuss it. So I think that's gonna be off. I ain't gonna lie, the whole shit cutting off kind of like threw off my entire vibe and what I was going for. And I think he said Eminem too, just because of everything that's going on. In his same interview, he said something about 50. He said something about Dr. Dre, and he said something about Eminem. So I feel like he does feel a certain type of way about not being on the stage at the Super Bowl. So he's picking up the people that were on that stage at that Super Bowl to be like, I'm better than them. And even when like him and Wacko Hunt's on Clubhouse, everybody was saying like, didn't 50 write this record for you? Didn't 50 give you this record? He said, I wrote What Up Gangsta. But it's like, you writing "What Up Gangsta" and 50 Cent giving you "Hate It or Love It" and "This How We Do" as far as career trajectory goes, it's not the same. Like "What Up Gangsta" is a good record for 50 Cent, but it's not like, oh, you wrote "In the Club," like a huge mega smash record for 50 Cent. It's just, oh, you wrote that record? That's cute. Right? So anyways, I do want to get into this because this is interesting when I saw it. I was surprised that it took this long for them to even put it out there that this happened due to with everything going on in Russia. So Brittany Griner, WNBA superstar, has been arrested in Russia for what seems to be like the vape oil shit, hash oil, whatever, right? So this is the headline that I saw in this news article. Fears that Putin will use Brittany Griner as a high-profile hostage after she was detained. So we all know what's going on in Russia, Ukraine. Could you imagine if Russia, and this is no disrespect to Brittany Griner, I think every human being should be cared about. I think every human being should be protected. But just the way they're trying to make it seem that Brittany Griner will be the linchpin that will that Russia will be able to use against the nation to get them to do whatever they want to do, to me is highly unlikely. We didn't even know that Brittany Griner was in jail in Russia for 3 weeks. She's been in jail since February. So I don't know who just leaked this. I don't know how this information just got out. But like I said, she's been in jail. So American women's basketball great Brittany Griner has been detained in Russia since last month after the 2-time Olympic gold medal winner and 7-time WNBA All-Star was arrested at the Moscow airport for allegedly having a vape pen filled with hash oil. Griner, 31, was detained sometime last month while flying in to play for a Russian basketball team during the WNBA offseason. Her last communication was on February 5th when she posted a photo on Instagram of her and Phoenix Mercury member. Now, Russia might use Griner as leverage as she faces up to 10 years in prison. She has 10 years in prison for hash oil in a vape. Now, like I said, other countries got their own laws. They do their own shit. They do it how they want to do it. But to think of giving somebody, and this is where it comes back to, too, like, we talk about America and how horrible America is. About 10 years for some hash oil in 2022, that's crazy. So if we want her out of jail, Russia is going to have some terms. Former U.S. Deputy Assistant Secretary for Defense for Russia and Ukraine, Evelyn Farkas, told Yahoo Sports it could be a prisoner swap. They also could use it as an implicit threat or blackmail to get to do something or not to do something. Either way, they find it useful. In a statement to DailyMail.com on Saturday, Griner's agent, Lindsay Kawaga, Colas did not dispute reports of her client's detention. I'm just confused. Like Brittany Griner, whether you watch WNBA or not, you probably know who Brittany Griner is. I am from Houston. I definitely know who Brittany Griner is. When I was in high school, she was in high school, and she was like the dominant thing. She went to a high school called Nimitz. She was the dominant thing in Houston, Texas. A girl that was like 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", however big she was dunking. And we was all going to them games when Nimitz was there to play. So she was a very big deal here, just not just the area around Nimitz, but in Houston. She's a very big deal. So, Houston bias, free her. What else they said? We are aware of the situation with Brittany Griner in Russia and are in close contact with her legal representation in Russia, her family, her teams in WNBA and NBA. As this is an ongoing legal matter, we're not able to comment further on the specifics of her case, but confirm that as we work to get her home, her mental and physical health remain our primary concern. Her wife told social media on Saturday to thank people for their prayer during what she described as one of the weakest moments of her life. She said, "Thank you to everyone who has reached out to me regarding my wife's safe return from Russia. Your prayers and support are greatly appreciated. I love my wife wholeheartedly. So this message comes during one of the weakest moments of my life. I understand that many of you have grown to love BG over the years and have concerns and want details. Please honor our privacy as we continue to work on getting my wife home safely. Many are worried for Griner's safety while in custody in Russia, where Vladimir Putin has enacted strict anti-gay laws." My thing is like, she's been gay. Like certain things when they say certain shit, it's like, bro, she's been gay. And she's been playing in Russia for years. I read an article where she like won this Russian team that she plays for like 4 championships. Could you imagine I win 4 championships for a Russian team? And I get to their country and they lock me up for some shit. And I get it. Like, their country, like, laws are laws. This, I get it. But, like, to lock me up for it? and I'm bringing chips to the city. Nah, we can't do that. That's just disrespectful. So, what else? Is there anything else in this article that's interesting? Yeah, that's pretty much it for that. So, people, to me, this is just another like fear tactic. I highly doubt that Putin was like Putin probably didn't even know who the fuck and there's no disrespect to Brittany Griner because motherfuckers in America that don't know who Brittany Griner is. They don't watch the NBA. They don't know about the WNBA. So this is no disrespect to her. Like I said, I know her. She's a Houston legend. I know her. But to think that Vladimir Putin in this giant Russian conglomerate is honed in on this American. Now, maybe it might be on his radar now that the American news media done publicized it and made it bigger than it probably was before. Now he's probably got his eyes on her. But before, for me to really think that Vladimir Putin had this on his mind, to me is highly unlikely. But who knows? Maybe Brittany Griner will be the thing that brings America down to its knees to release sanctions, to stop helping Ukraine, to do whatever, right? So this is the last tweet from that, and then I will get on about it. So this is her coach, her high school coach said this. Brittany is a smart young lady. She's played overseas for years. She knows all professional athletes are told or are aware of what different countries' rules and cultural norms and whatnot are, said Jackson. And so then you get this. Well, was it planted or is it part of a political game? Like I said, I highly doubt that. Like, if we're going to use somebody like a chess piece, it's probably not going to be a WNBA superstar. Like, how many NBA players, former NBA players, playing like? I just don't think so. I think she just got caught with the hash at the airport. She probably didn't even mean to bring it on the plane. She probably just had it in her bag for when she was rocking it, whatever. You know, she's like, she's in America. It's not illegal here. She probably just had it in her bag, just the same way we see people that accidentally bring guns in their backpack to the airport. I'm sure they're not trying to actually bring their gun into the airport. Their gun was probably just in that bag. They forgot to check a certain compartment in that bag, and the gun ends up traveling with them to wherever they're supposed to be going. I think that's more of the likely thing than Brittany Griner tried to sneak the hash oil into Russia so she can get high. I don't think that's the case. Like I said, she's been playing in Russia for many years now, so I'm sure she's acclimated with the laws. She literally was just there. If you read the article, she was there in January. They were off for 2 weeks, and then she was coming back. So I highly doubt that she would do that. And if she did do that, she's got to know the consequences over there in Russia. But like I said, for a person like Brittany Griner, 31 years old, I hope that she does not get locked down for 10 years in a Russian prison for some hash oil. But political games are political games, so potentially, possibly, maybe, Putin will use her as a quote-unquote political prisoner to, like I said, like I feel like that would make more sense than to use her as a pawn for the war. Maybe a prisoner swap. Maybe, hey, y'all got my boy Vladimir Kalinsky or whatever over here. We want him back. Y'all want Brittany back. We do a swap. But to think that they're going to be able to use Brittany Griner for like to lift sanctions or to withdraw support from Ukraine, like I just don't think that the American government is going to do that. I just don't think so. But anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. I'll be back tomorrow with more. I got more things I want to talk about, but I'll probably fold that over and we'll discuss those things tomorrow. It's got to do with that viral video that's going around about women who make a lot of money are less attractive or whatever. We got another guy with some things I want to talk about. Probably go a lot more in depth tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. I know there was the glitch that happened, but computers, a piece of shit. Technology. So hope you enjoyed. Make sure you give the video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. SoundCloud, Spotify, and iTunes. Search up DFriend Daily. If you want to listen to the audio only versions, you don't want to look at me while you listen to me. So I really appreciate you guys. Like I said, once again, shout out my boy Trail the photographer. Shout out my boy Wardu's World. Always in the chat. Salute Trey, stay lit. Always in the motherfucking chat. I don't know who Mike B is. You may be new, but salute to you. But like I said, that's all I got for you guys, man. I'm out of here. Have a great rest of y'all day. Peace.